Hello folks, welcome back to another episode of Dave's Allotment Garden. The weather is very nice today. It's sunny for a change. It's been raining all week, so I might manage to get something done today. Well, I will get something done because I have plans. I had a visitor yesterday. I'll tell you about that later. I hope everybody's staying safe and well and all that kind of thing. First of all, I'm going to get the kettle on. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, well, it might be sunny, but it's certainly windy today. I better shut that door. Shut that door! Because for starters, you'll not be able to hear us. And the wind's blowing in the direction, so it'll just blow I'll not be able to boil the kettle. Right, that's better. Hello! So, like I say, I had a visitor yesterday. I'll put this kettle on first. First cuppa of the day. Aye, like I was saying, I had a little visitor. He's a bit smaller than me, but he's not that little. Yeah, I had a visitor yesterday. Dean popped over, socially distanced, of course, because he wanted to. I asked him if he, well, a couple of videos ago I asked if anybody had an Apple press, and Dean does have an Apple press, so he kindly dropped it off for us yesterday, which is nice. It was good to have a little catch up with him. I haven't seen him for a while. I didn't bother making any videos yesterday, like it was just raining and miserable, but Dean did do a little bit of footage, so if you pop over to his channel after you've watched this video, like, go to Dean's Lost the Plot and he'll no doubt have a little bit of footage on his latest video, so go and check it out. Right, yeah, so today obviously I'm boiling the kettle for a cuppa, but I'm also going to do some washing. I'm going to clean everything, sterilize everything. I've got a bottle here, so I'm going to press some apples, and I also have some grapes there, so I thought I might try and make some apple and grape juice. Tasty, or whatever. So while this kettle's boiling, I'll do a little bit of tidying up and I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I've been busy there cleaning, sterilising, washing everything. Get in, I'm excited about this. It's going to be good, hopefully. So like I say, everything's had a good sterilise there. It all comes apart. I'll not bore you with the details, but it all comes apart. I have my chopping blade, but that's not a knife. As Crocodile Dundee once said, that's not a knife. That's a knife. What about that? Me cookery. Come on, do you want some of that? Anyway, so I went to Wilkinson's. I got some of that muslin netting stuff. So I suppose the next stage will be to put that in there like that, and then fill that with all of the apples and the grapes. So I better get cracking with that. Right, so I've just been there and got some grapes. I've just filled a cup. So I've got a cup of grapes and 6 Claygate Pearmain apples. It's chopping time. Let's get on with it. So I'm just going to chop these into segments using the old Gherkin knife. Careful with these, folks, if you've got one. Oh, I did it again. Yesterday I says to Dean, he has an apple for you. I chopped it, half of it fell on the floor, but that's alright because it landed on the bottom. Yeah, I'm just half and quartering these. These Claygate Pearmain apples are a very old variety, as I keep saying. they've got a sort of pineapple-y taste. The more mature they get. I mean, you'll never find them in the shops because look at the skins. Look horrible. Doesn't look very appetizing. That's why you don't find these varieties in shops anymore. But honest, once you get past take the skin off, and it's lovely, nice, juicy flesh. Right, I'm yammering. I'll crack on. I'll see if I can do a karate chop. A karate chop ending. See you in a bit. Right, as you can see, you have to take my word for it. There's 6 apples in there. I'm going to add the cup of grapes and see what happens. I'm sorry about the video quality today. The light's a bit of a nightmare. The sun's right down low in the sky, and as you can see, it's pretty dark. So here we go, folks. Put that there. Put it in. Rest it on the thing. I think I'm doing this right. I'm sure someone will let us know if I'm not doing it right. It's in. Right, I think that's it, folks. I'm pressing. I'm impressed. Is anything happening? Oh, we're starting to get some juice, folks. I better put this bottle. Now, I forgot to bring a bottle. I have sterilised this Jack Daniel's bottle. So I'll just have to fit it on the end of the nozzle there because it hasn't got the hose. I'll move it down so you can see. So I've just fitted the bottle on the end of the nozzle there. Hopefully this will work. Whoop. Well, we're starting to get some juice, folks. We're starting to get some juice. Well, I think I've squeezed enough juice out there. The bottle's filling up nicely. There's still a little bit of juice coming out, if you can see there. So while that is still getting pressed, I'll quickly show you around. As you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky. This tobacco plant has started to flower. There's still a couple of Swedes left in the ground there. The leeks are looking good. There's still plenty of apples left on the tree. There's still a couple of sunflowers there flowering. This giant cabbage will be getting picked this week. Kaleets are starting to form now. I'm still getting loads of kale. The love lies bleeding, keeps on growing. Still got some roses in bloom. Annie's rose just keeps on blooming. I've got a weird chrysanthemum here that has 2 colours growing on the same plant. Weird. Dahlias are still flowering. There's still plenty of bunches of grapes on the vine. The sun is low in the sky. Right, so that was a quick run round. There's only a couple more things to do, so I'll sit you in the greenhouse because it's getting dark now. The clocks went back last night, so it will be getting dark earlier. Like I say, I'll stick in the greenhouse, sign off, and do one more thing. Or 2 more things. See you in a bit. Right. Here we go, folks. Here we go. I've got a clean cup here. And there is me apple and grape juice. Looks alright. Bit cloudy, but it's clear. It's clean. I should say there's no bits in it and all that. Hey, it's I'll just have a little bit. Just a little tester. I'm nervous but excited at the same time. I wonder what this is going to taste like. It's pointless in smelling it. I've got no sense of smell. And I've always had no sense of smell. I haven't got COVID. Anyway, bottoms up. Ah. Whoa, it's tasty, man. It's a little bit bitter, but the apple sort of evens it out a bit. That's quite nice. Ah, it is. That is very nice. Woohoo! I'll be making some more of that. Oh God, it's making me mouth water. Made to make your mouth water. Ah. Right, that's enough of that. There is one more thing I need to do. Last video I made, at the end of the video, I asked you if anybody had any questions. Because I had a suggestion of one of my subscribers, Lee. Hello Lee, I know you're watching. Since there's nothing much doing on the plot during the winter months, he suggested, why don't I do a questions and answer video type thing at the end of me normal videos. So here we go. Thank you to everybody who did leave a question. I have screenshotted them all. So we'll go through them now. Right, so in no particular order. Terry King's allotment gardening on a budget. Hello Terry mate. You are from North Yorkshire? No. Atherstone in North Warwickshire. So Terry, you asked, how long have you had an allotment and how long have you been gardening? Well, I've had this allotment for 20 years. It was just after my dad died, so 20 years, yeah. But I've always sort of been into gardening. I remember going to my granddad's allotment when I was a bairn, and my dad used to have an allotment as well when I was a bairn. And I always used to help out, you know, do some digging, put the fish blood and bone down and all of that. So I suppose it's always been in us to do some gardening. And I've had this allotment, like I say, 20 years. So I hope that answers your question. Here's a question from Lee Laws in Wallsend. Our grapevine died after its second year. How long have you had your grapevine and what do you do to maintain it? Well, I've had the grapevine for about 15 years. It was just a cutting from a grapevine that was in the allotment at the top. Anyway, it's about 15 years old, the grapevine. And to tell you the truth, I don't really look after it. It looks after itself. I mean, in the winter, I do prune it back. When all of the grapes are dead, I'll prune it back. But I'll show you how to do that later if you're interested in that. But if that answers your question, I've had the grapevine for about 15 years and I don't really do anything to it apart from prune. And as long as you've got the roots outside of the greenhouse, you're champion. Because a grapevine likes wet roots, but it likes a dry vine. There's a little tip for you. I hope that answered your question. Next question is from Nancy McCulloch. Now, Nancy, it didn't leave where you are from, so I don't know where you're from, but here's your question. Our dog Snowball has been gone for 5 years, and we're mostly thinking it's time to get another furry companion. Do you think you will get another pup? There was a couple other people asked us this. Tony Johnson, he's another one. and Mark Waitley, Nancy McCulloch, Tony Johnson, you all asked the same question. Will I get another dog? No, I don't think so. I don't think I could go through that heartache. That's the worst thing I've ever had to do, take Annie to the vets. Nightmare. And my life's changed now. I've got two jobs. I'm out the house most of the day, so I haven't really got time to look after a new dog like I did with Annie. Like I say, my life's changed, so I would, maybe it's in the future. I mean, my mate's got a dog there, a little staffy pup called Nelly. She's a canny little girl, like, as she comes round, I say hi every now and again, so I'm happy with that for now. So I hope that answers your questions. Stephen Bell, have you got anything planned for Halloween? And that's from Stephen Bell in South Shields. Not this year, especially with this lockdown thing. Paula would be at work next weekend anyway, so we wouldn't be doing anything. I might carve a turnip, because, you know, that's tradition. I don't carve pumpkins, I'm English, and I carve turnips. Julianne Hughes. Hey, I tell you what, I really need to go to Specsavers and get some new glasses. I can hardly read this. How do I make it? Oh, there. That's better. Julianne Hughes from southeast corner of Wales, Torvine. Hello, this is your question. Where do you make your compost and how do you do it? Well, I've got a couple of compost bins at the back of that greenhouse there, which I just put there. I don't really compost stuff. All my cabbage leaves and all that just go straight back into the soil and they'll compost themselves next year, you know. So I haven't really got compost piles. Piles. Oh, me grapes. Oh, me grapes. So I don't really do composting. I should really, but like I say, it all just goes back in the soil. All of the onion leaves goes back on the soil, everything goes back on the soil. So that is it. I hope it's a pitiful answer, isn't it? But I don't compost stuff as in a compost bin. Next question is from Paula T from Throckley. Right, Paula, what do you want for Christmas? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. All I want for Christmas is me 2 front teeth. Now it'd be nice to see you nice over Christmas, it would be. So fingers crossed for that. I hope that answers your question. Have a think about it. What do you want for Christmas anyway, Paula? Come on. It's nearly time, you know. This is from Mark Brunel from California, about 60 kilometers east of San Francisco. I've been there. I've been to California and San Francisco. Anyway, this is your question. I am curious about what fruit trees are hardy in your area. In gardening videos from the UK, I have seen plenty of apples and pears. What else? Apples, pears, plums. Ray's got a candy plum tree there. Gets plenty of plums on. I haven't really noticed any other sort of fruit trees about. But you know, you can grow gooseberries and stuff like that, but that's different. It's not a tree. So apples, pears and plums. That's the only ones I know of that grow around here in any way. I hope that answers your question. Next question is from Angie Bew. Or Bew, I don't know. Or since it's nearly Halloween, boo! Is your love lies bleeding an annual or perennial? Well, I didn't really know. I grew them from a seed, but I found out that they are an annual, but they do self-seed, so there will be a perennial. if that makes any sense. It's like I say, it's the first time I've grew them. I just bought a packet of seeds, 10 pence last year from Wilkinson's, and I grew them, and they've turned out alright. I will be sowing them again. So, to answer your question, they're both perennial and an annual. Wavy Davy Mac from North Tyneside. Your question is, what happened to your tobacco plants? Do you manage to dry them out and make a tab? Well, they are still drying out. I did make a tab because it's nearly dry. It's nearly dry. I made a rollie. I smoked it. It was smooth. It tasted smooth, but it kept going out. So maybe it needs to be dried out a little bit longer. I mean, I had to keep lighting it, you know. But like I say, it was an experiment. I only got the seeds in early June, so next year I'll have plenty more time to grow that. See how it goes. It was just a little experiment to see if you can actually grow tobacco here, and you can, so I will be doing it again. Mark Shaw from Dartford. Live near Dartford, sorry. So Mark Shaw, you asked, do you try and grow veg over winter? Not really. There's nothing that'll grow. I mean, I'll start off some garlic and stuff like that, but everything else, springtime for me, like, it's getting nippy. My nose is running. I don't grow anything over the winter. Now I've got my lights, though, I might start off some onions and what have you in the house. See how it goes. But winter time, autumn and winter time for me on the plot is just to get prepared for next spring. Hopefully try and dig the garden over, get rid of all the weeds and that. If it stays dry, we'll get that sorted. I hope that answered your question there, Mark. Craig Orchard from Gateshead. Hello, mate. What is your best area or best bit on the plot that you are happy with? And what's your worst area and thing you like to change most, if you could? It's hard to answer that question, Craig. This year I was happy with the sweet peas in my little seating area that I managed to get done during the lockdown. That's my favourite area of the moment, but every year changes. It's an ongoing project, always. It all depends on what I find in the skip. So I don't have a real favourite place or a place that I would change, because it's always changing. It's always changing. I hope that answered your question, Craig. Next question is from Pauline Ellison. How do you get rid of whitefly that's cheap? And Pauline, you're from Shropshire. Shropshire! How do you get rid of whitefly? You're asking the wrong person. I don't know. I do, through watching videos like from Jeff Foreman and all that, I've learned that using garlic sprays and stuff like that will work to get rid of bugs, including whitefly. So you can make garlic spray. Just boil some garlic up. It stinks, so I try not to do it in the house. And then make just put it in a spray bottle and should be alright. As far as I know, I don't really get much bother with whitefly. He says. So Pauline, I hope that answered your question. The next question is from Steve MC. Hello Dave, and Steve, you're from Stockton-on-Tees. Hello Dave, in your opinion, what is the best variety of potato to grow in the northeast of England? Steve McLean. I don't know, mate. I always get a good crop from Picasso, so I suppose, but I don't know. I don't think it depends on the variety. I think it depends on like your preparation, what you do beforehand and all that. I've always had a good crop of, like I say, Picasso. Kestrel will give you a good crop as well. Maris Piper, just the usual. It all depends on what sort of potato you like, really. Charlotte potatoes are nice, they grow well. You've just got to try and find out what variety you want and what suits you. It's what area, you know, what suits you in your area. Stockton, that's not too far from here, so Picasso, I would say, would be the best. But that's just my humble opinion. I hope that answered your question. And I think that is the last one. Yes, it is. So thank you very much, folks. It was interesting answering your questions and all that. If anybody else would like a question answered, leave a comment below with a question and leave where you are from in the world as well, because that'll be interesting to know and all that kind of thing. Right, so before I go, I'm going to have a little soup song. Cheers! So folks, thanks for watching. Whoa, bitter, but tangy and nice as well. So folks, that's it. Like I say, it's going to get dark soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, liking and subscribing. And if you haven't already subscribed, why not? Stay safe, take care and obey the rules. And I'll see you on the next one, folks. Bye now. Take care.